It's another episode of the Talk Your Blitz podcast. We had a crazy week after we recorded the last one. We can't promise this episode's going to be as fun as the last one. We're going to try to give you a little bit of fun. Hopefully we don't have no surprise guest. But I think we should talk about the big news. And that was the two big trades of the league. The A.J. Brown trade we called.
Oh, yeah.
We called it down to a T. It was happening Monday. They was going to give up a 28 first and a second.
Now, I ain't going to lie. I didn't know. I honestly didn't expect it to happen as fast. I knew the Patriots were probably going to get him, and I figured it would be for 28. But I ain't going to lie. I honestly kind of figured that the Eagles would try to act like they wanted to push that a little further just to see if they could get a little something more. But I knew it was. I knew it was a done deal. I just didn't know when.
But now, like we talked about off camera, having him paired up with Romeo Dobbs is going to be crazy.
That's what I was saying. When you just at first, just think about bringing Romeo Dobbs, it's like, it's an upgrade from what they had, but still nothing crazy. But now you pair him with A.J. Brown, and that's. I'm telling you right now, and I hate that we wait till Friday sometimes the video because I think of these things and then I listen to these podcasts and other people say them and I'm like, our podcast sounds like we just copy everybody else.
Yeah.
But I could really see A.J. Brown being a 8 touchdown, 1,300 yard receiver this year easily.
And it's going to be crazy seeing what him and Dobbs can do.
Oh yeah. Well,
because honestly, Dobbs on the Packers was always the one.
Yeah.
So he had to worry about getting double teamed. Now he's got A.J. Brown to take that off of him. You're going to see both of them probably.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be, honestly, and I'm not saying both these have the same talent. A.J. Brown, I think he's one of, I'm not going to say the best in the league, but I'll say one of the best. There's a few that's better, but it's sort of like the whole CeeDee Lamb and Pickens ordeal. You're not going to be able to just focus on one of them because if you do them, the other one's going to get open.
Exactly.
And I really think A.J. Brown could have 8-9 touchdowns and 1,300 yards with ease.
Oh yeah,
especially on a team
that's going to look to distribute the ball to him.
Well, anyway. Don't get me wrong, I love Tennessee. I'm a big Tennessee fan, and I'm a huge fan of Ryan Tannehill. But A.J. Brown's had Ryan Tannehill and Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. And if you go back and look, whenever A.J. Brown actually targeted him, go back and look at the first 2 or 3 years he was in Philly, 1,200, 1,300, almost 1,400 yards.
Yeah,
he even had a couple good seasons with Tannehill.
Yeah.
And that was on a team, both the teams he's been on has also been run first teams.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee had Derrick Henry, and A.J. Brown was still putting up 1,000 yards. I'm pretty sure he put up 1,000 yards the 1 year he done Super Bowl. Now having a quarterback that can really get the ball out there and get it down the field, I could really see a massive, massive step.
Oh yeah, I think this is an A.J. Brown that we've never seen. I think it's gonna be, and he looks so comfortable at OTA.
Oh yeah, well that's crazy. He's had the Patriots for like 2 years now. I didn't even know this. I'm a Titans fan. They drafted him, but that's where he actually wanted to get drafted to was New England. Either I didn't know it or I forgot about it one day, but he said that was his childhood dream was to play for the Patriots. So he's going to go out there and give it everything he's got.
Yeah, and like I said, they're going to look for him. That offense is going to be ran around him 100%.
Oh yeah,
and like I said, I think this is about to be a good year. But now let's talk about a trade that none of us see coming. Listen, I want to say this. I don't know who was working on this trade, but you got to give them props for keeping it under the rug like that. That was even small trades. Even heck, if our works was trading us, somebody would hear about it. Nobody even knew this was coming.
Yeah, they done a good job. But now that's kind of also like I told you though, when you're working on a deal for someone like Myles Garrett, you don't want everybody knowing he's available because then you're going to have multiple. And I did hear, the Eagles were kind of somewhat in the discussion too. But
so for anybody listening that hasn't seen it, I don't know how you have to be living under a rock. You have to be living under. You cannot be a football. No. My wife hates football, and she knows about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're into football, Garrett, you know,
get traded from the Browns to the Rams, which that right there is all you need to hear. But the Rams give the Browns Jared Verse, which is a stud.
Oh yeah,
a 27 first round pick, a 28 second, and then a 29 third.
Yeah, I mean,
and the whole deal just baffles me in of itself. But I know we have a hot take here, and we both agree on, but I think the Browns won the trade.
Oh yeah, well, like I told you, and I keep going back and forth. I think it's a really good trade for both teams because one, you got the Rams that's in a win now mode in the next 2 to 3 years. The Browns, they aren't that close.
No.
So, I think Myles Garrett is obviously the better of the two.
Oh yeah.
But I mean and Myles Garrett may have, people may think I'm crazy, but I see maybe 5-6 more good elite years.
I'll be honest. I see probably 4 elite years and probably 6 more years in the league.
Well, the reason why I said that is because you got to look at like Calais Campbell.
Oh yeah,
he's 39 and still he's still playing good. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, you could, but my whole thing is though is the Rams, they're in a win now mode next 2 to 3 years. Myles Garrett, barring significant injury, he's going to be elite still for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
The next 3 or 4 years of him elite on the Browns is going to turn into what it's been the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, he sets that record, but they got 3 wins. Nothing.
Yeah.
So, it's a good trade because the Rams got the best edge rusher in the game right now. But then the Browns get a young star in Jared Verse that could potentially be in the league for 10, 12 more years if he plays. He's 36, 37. And they also get a first-round pick in next year's draft class, which is looking like it's going to be a pretty stacked class. And it kind of falls hand in hand. But before I get to that part, I don't know, though. I still agree with you, though. I think the Browns won just from the fact of they got Jared Verse, which is young, and they also got a first. And I didn't like it as much on the Rams part. Like, I understand it, and I like it for the Rams, but as just looking at it like a fan, if I'm a Rams fan, I wouldn't like it that much. I mean, it's weird to say that you wouldn't like to have Myles Garrett team. Like, come on, you ain't a fan of them. I guess what I'm getting at is, honestly, if the Rams can win it with Myles Garrett, I thought they could have won it with Jared Verse.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think taking Jared Verse out and putting Myles Garrett is like, oh yeah, you've got the Super Bowl now. Their biggest need was cornerbacks, and they addressed that. So I think
that's why I kind of want to explain a little bit why I think Browns. I mean, you look at it. Obviously, Myles Garrett is arguably the best player in the league right now.
Oh
yeah. I mean, he's 30 years old. I mean, he's in immaculate shape. He just set the season record for sacks in a season. But the thing is, he's 30.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Verse is 25, and Jared Verse is already a star at edge rusher.
Well, that's what I was saying.
He's already turned into a 9. Now you gave up a first, a second, and a third also in that process.
Yeah. Well, that's like I told you.
And you drafted Ty Simpson because you're building up for what happens after Matthew Stafford leaves. Now you got rid of everything.
Well, that's what I was going to get at. That's what I was saying. Like, I get it for the Rams because they're in a win now mode. But here, a month ago, whenever they took Ty Simpson, I didn't like it, and everybody was saying, "Oh, well, they're thinking about the future." Now, how are you going to tell me you're thinking about the future when you just give up your next
edge rusher,
your future probably best defensive player you got, and then your first round pick for next year? Like I said, I get it, but like I also said though, I feel like if the Rams go out here and win the Super Bowl this year, I feel like they could have done the same exact thing by keeping Jared Verse and their picks.
They were already Super Bowl favorites. But I'll tell you this right
I mean, don't get me wrong. Having Myles Garrett don't hurt them at all. It don't take their odds down at all. That's not what I'm saying. You know.
Oh no! I'll tell you this right now. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when Jerry Burks got told he was going to the Browns. You know, he was just sucker punching there, boy. I mean, he was shadow boxing like crazy.
That's what I told you the night. You know, go to bed on the Super Bowl favorite team, then wake up and be on one of the worst teams in the league. But I will say though, and I know you may say, "Oh, you're crazy," it's the Browns. If the Browns can get their quarterback figured out, they have a sneaky good team, and it's all young.
They drafted really well.
And that's what I said a while ago, though. It kind of falls hand in hand. You got that extra first-round pick next year, and this is something else we want to talk about. They have to go out and play Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, you have to.
Because now you have 2 first-round picks next year in what's looking like it's supposed to be a loaded quarterback class. Why would you not play Sanders and see if he's going to be good? Exactly. Then you're in.
Say you only win 5 games, but Shedeur shows he's really making improvements and showing good. Well, then you can say you got the 8th pick. I'm sure there's going to be a good quarterback there that somebody will trade you something for.
Well, that's what I was saying. You know, if you play Sanders and he shows that he could be your quarterback, then you got 2 first-round picks that you can, go get. I don't know if you want to say more weapons or what with, because they got a good young tight end now. They got 2 receivers in this year's draft.
Yeah.
They got 2 good running backs. They've working on having a really good O-line. I mean, they got they got Jared Verse, and then they drafted Mason Graham last year, Swearinger last year. I mean, but you could use those 2 first-round picks to add on to that good young team.
Or if Shedeur don't work,
if he don't work,
and move up to the
that's
number
what I'm saying.
1.
If they don't, I'm not even going to say number 1, but if they don't work out, if Sanders don't work out, then you could possibly combine those 2 for somebody, with a higher overall pick, maybe a 3rd, 4th, and go after a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of like it's honestly crazy if they don't.
You can't play Deshaun Watson, and it just makes no sense to play because. Well, like we said, you're just throwing away any chance you have of seeing what you got. You're pretty much just wasting your first.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you take those picks and combine them and go get a quarterback, and then Shedeur does end up doing good, you're like, dang, I could have done that something else. Or if we're going to play Watson this year, we're going to Sanders will be the future, and then he gets in there and don't do good. And you wasted those picks. Well, I'm not going to say wasted, but you didn't use them to your ability. That's the thing. Like they have.
But now it's the Browns. They're going to do something.
But
I tell you right now, though, if I'd have been Jared Burks when that came out, I'd have retired immediately.
No, well, like I told you, I know he said that he said it hurt for a minute, and I'm sure it did.
Did you see him walking through the locker room after? Oh, dude, you could tell.
Oh, yeah.
He could have chewed a brick in there.
But I do want to kind of go back just a little bit. Now, something else that's crazy with the Rams. You got Aaron Donald now flirting with coming out of retirement.
Dude, I'm telling you.
For one, he retired early. He probably has. I don't know if I would come out of retirement, honestly. Just for the simple fact of, he said whenever he got drafted, I want to play 8 seasons. Literally, his 8th season, he won the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl every year. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better resume.
But the thing is, the reason he stopped playing was because he was getting triple teamed. I mean, it wasn't fun anymore. Now, you can't. If you double team him, Myles Garrett's going to rush through. They would be a dominant force.
Well, that's what I was going to say, though. If he does come out of retirement, you got Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Byron Young, Poona Ford. It's not like, and this is what I think a lot of people, and I've been listening to podcasts, they don't understand is he don't have to come out and play 80 snaps a game.
No.
He don't have to come out of retirement and play the full game. Honestly, if I was McVay, because they have a close relationship, this is exactly what I would tell him. Look, if you want to come out, come out. We'll play you 30, 40 snaps a game. But here's when I would play him. last year they were second in third and 7 or more. That's obviously a passing down.
Oh yeah.
So now you tell me you
Titans.
throw well, yeah, but I'm just saying you got a team sitting at 3rd and 7 or longer.
They're throwing.
You throw out Myles Garrett on one end, Aaron Donald, Poona Ford, and Byron Young on the other end. Or even if you don't put Poona Ford in, you just got Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, and Byron Young. You got 5 offensive linemen. You got 3 defensive linemen. Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald both.
They're going to take too long.
Well, I mean, they have to double team. On the Browns, Myles Garrett was always getting double or tripled. Aaron Donald was always getting double or tripled. You can't do that now.
No.
I mean, you can't take your 5 linemen to block 3.
No.
Or to block 2 people because then you got one going to come through free. So that's my thing. Like, if you're, I would really, I'm not saying I wouldn't put him in on some first, second downs, but he would be a 3rd down merchant for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you throw him in on 3rd down, like I said, you can't be the offense and be like, okay, hey, look, y'all double team Myles Garrett or double team Aaron Donald because then somebody else is coming through. Oh. If you leave Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald, either one-on-one, they're coming through.
Yeah.
And I know you could say, well, there's 5 linemen, or you can even put the tight end up there. Still, though, you send the backer blitzing too. Somebody's getting through there. Yeah. It's going to have to be a very quick down.
Listen, I know this is a little off topic, but I'm telling you right now, if I was Jacoby Brissett, the Cardinals have to give me they gonna have to do something special to make me come.
But that's my thing about that line. Like, it's not like you have to come out of retirement and go back to playing like you never quit.
The thing is, though, he could.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he could. Because
like it's nothing.
One, he retired early, and he's not been one of these that retires and then you see he's sitting on the beach drinking margaritas. I mean, it's every day he's working out. I mean, he looks in better shape than 90% of the league right now.
He looks in better shape than he was when he quit.
But that's my. I think he can come back and play a full game.
Oh,
easily. But I'm just saying, you don't have to. You could play, like I said, 30, 40 snaps a game and be a big benefit.
I'm telling you, if he does come back,
that'll be.
Dude, Trent McDuffie watching, they might as well just keep slicing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
I mean, that'd be a nightmare.
I mean, that's the thing, though. They were second in 3rd and 7 or longer last year.
Their line was already good enough
with, I'm not going to say crappy cornerbacks, but that was definitely the weak spot on that defense. And now you went out and got McDuffie and Jalen Watson. I mean, even without Myles Garrett, they were going to have a good defense. Now you got Myles Garrett. Plus, if Aaron Donald does come out of retirement, I mean,
you mark my words.
It's ungodly what could happen.
We play fantasy together. If Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, I'm drafting the Rams defense in the 1st round. That'd be everything you need. Right there. I mean it. I mean, like if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, and I've heard of all these fucking do it for science because we need to see it. I mean, we need to see what.
But I will say though one thing because I know we kind of went back and forth on. It wasn't a good trade. It was a good trade. I think it was a good trade.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a winner, I would go Browns. And I will say this though, the Rams have to win the Super Bowl this year. I would say within 3 years, but I don't know if Stafford's there 3 years. I think if they win this year, he retires. I think if they don't, he might stay next year. They have to win a Super Bowl before Matthew Stafford retires. Because if they don't, then it was a horrible trade on the Rams part. Horrible. Yeah. I don't care if you do still got Myles Garrett.
Yeah, if you don't win the Super Bowl after making this trade, you just screwed yourself. That's all you've done. I mean, you literally threw away your future in the process.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know you're still going to have Myles Garrett, but would you rather have a 30-year-old superstar or a 25-year-old star that is doing nothing but getting better every year?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my whole take on it. Like they've got to win it.
Yeah.
You got to.
Now, here's the thing. I'm telling you right now, I'd put all my money on it. I mean, as long as I don't know, this defense, especially if Aaron Donald comes back, is gonna be like something we've never seen. Hey, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have. I mean, it's crazy to even think about having Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald on the same line. I mean, it's
so.
It's wild.
Well, let's talk about some players returning here. So, OBJ.
Don't even get me started.
Odell Beckham returns to New York, which I think is a mistake. I don't even know where to begin on that, honestly.
I can tell you exactly where to start. One, they go out and sign Odell Beckham,
sign
Juju. Now there's a video surfacing of Malik Neighbors trying to run.
Barely.
Honestly, what does and don't get me wrong, I know teams sign, all these extra receivers, just to have depth and all that, but at the same time, that video didn't look good. So one, what does that say about Malik Neighbors and his return? But bigger than that for me is, and I may be the only person to ever say this.
Oh no, I already know where you're going, and we agree wholeheartedly.
I like Odell Beckham, but I'm telling you this right now. Had it not been for the one-handed catch against Dallas, he would be nothing no more than a mediocre receiver.
Oh yeah.
He had one or two good years, and then everything after that has been. Don't get me wrong, he did play and was playing great in that Super Bowl with the Rams. Probably would have won the MVP of that Super Bowl.
He was great that season. That whole season, he was great.
But other than, like I said, one or two seasons, he's been a T. Higgins. If as good as T. Higgins.
I don't even think he was as good as T.
But
Higgins.
That's my thing. And everybody,
the one-handed catch just made him look so spectacular.
Well, it did because he changed the game. I will give you that. After that, you've seen all these players trying to do it. All these kids that are doing it. He changed the game. But it wasn't because, honestly, of his just freak nature and talent on the field.
No.
He was a decent receiver and nothing more. Without that one-handed catch, he would not be talked about as much as he is. And I've seen everybody hyping him up going back to New York. Who knows? He may go out there and have a decent season, but I wouldn't put no money on it.
Heck, has he even played the last couple seasons?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he has. But, that's my thing. I like him, but it kills me because he's one of these players that gets so much hype, and it's not there. It's just not.
But like we said though, that does tell me that Neighbors is way off more than.
Oh yeah, well, and that's what I told you. Whenever they come out with the schedules, I said, why would you schedule Dallas and the Giants first game? Because I get they're in the same division. And we're thinking that it's going to be the Giants and the Cowboys for that division.
Oh, and
everybody wants to see it, and I do too. But like I said, why not push that game back to week 6 or 7? Because what's going to happen now if Malik Neighbors don't play that game?
Oh, unless we see something spectacular out of Juju or OBJ.
It's going to be a slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
I can tell you exactly what's happening. And that's my thing. Why would and they knew before they scheduled the games that Neighbors was expected to be back week 1. Yeah, but why would you schedule that good of a matchup?
After watching that video,
the potential,
he ain't gonna be back week 1.
Why would you make that game knowing the potential that game has if both teams
are healthy,
got their best players on the field?
Yeah.
Now, if you send the Giants there without Malik Neighbors,
yeah, I don't know, but that, like I said, the whole OBJ thing, that's always killed me because, like we said, other than one really good season with the Rams, and honestly.
He had a couple decent seasons with the Giants.
Yeah,
but
honestly, a lot of it was that one catch.
Yeah, but it was, his decent seasons with nothing no more than just a average, maybe a little above average receiver in the league now,
Yeah.
and everybody makes him out. I mean, when you say OBJ, you're like, oh yeah, I've heard some people say, oh, he's one of the best to play the game. No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, not at all.
No, he's not.
And well, we've talked about this before. The media and fans, they pick one person. It don't matter how they do, and they just shove them to the front line as much as they can. And that's what we've seen with OBJ, and that's what we've seen with a lot of players. And it's, I don't know, I hate it.
I do like something. I wish well for him. I'd love to see him go there and put up 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
But I'm just not gonna. I'm just not gonna sit here like that. I'm not betting no money on it.
No, I don't know. It kills me the way people in the media, especially, try to portray these players to being so much better than they are. And honestly, a lot of it too is people that watch highlights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can talk to somebody that's never watched a football game, but they've seen highlights of OBJ making the catch. Oh, he's wonderful.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I'm not gonna talk much on this because it's the same thing as like I said in our first or second podcast we done. You got the same people that get on there after every game and look at the stats and he had a great game or he sucked. He had a horrible game. You got to watch more than just the highlights, and you got to do more than look at just the stats.
Yeah,
to see
you got
and understand.
Because stats and highlights don't tell you anything.
No.
But I kind of want to talk about something that I find interesting, especially since it's in my division, because I'm a Saints fan. So either, I believe it was yesterday or today, Baker Mayfield comes out and says, "Man, Tampa Bay, we're nowhere near on an agreement here."
Yeah.
And once the season starts, the talks are over. I hope he leaves. As a Saints fan, I hope he leaves.
Well, it's sort of like I told you earlier. I understand his point of saying once the season starts, I'm done trying to worry about a contract. I'm going to focus on the season, and that's how it should be.
He's easily, and as bad as I hate to say this, he's easily the best quarterback in our division.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was going to say, though. I understand all these teams, they want to get the player for the very least they can. But
you got to be realistic.
You got to pay a good quarterback. You got to, and he's an above average quarterback right now.
Oh, well, and the thing is, people will go, "Oh, they didn't make the tournament last year."
Oh, well, they were hurt 90% of
the
the
whole
year.
time. Even the rookie was hurt.
But that's the thing though. And it sucks because both sides could get screwed over. If you do pay him what he wants and he goes out here and tears an ACL.
Oh, yeah.
Or, if they don't pay him and they put it out there on the hey, go out here and prove you're worth $40 million this year and he goes out there and tears an ACL. Then it looks bad on him. But right now, he's a good quarterback in the league. He's better than most of the average
top 15 quarterback.
So
top 15 or 20.
You got to pay. You got people, and I'm not saying I'm not comparing to Lamar Jackson, but I don't know if I wouldn't, other than the scrambling ability.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. But you got people like him wanting $80 million. You got Baker wanting $40.
Yeah.
And no, we can't give it to you.
Yeah.
Why? You want to go give Geno Smith his $15 million, and we'll be done.
This is what killed me. And don't get me wrong. We talked about this. The contracts nowadays are freaking ridiculous.
No,
but if you told me you can have Baker Mayfield for, I'm going to ballpark that they're somewhere around 42, 43 million is what he's wanting, sign me up.
Oh, yeah, especially whenever you got quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson probably going to get 80, 85 million.
You got Dak making 60.
Yeah, I would definitely pay.
I'd be happy making 50.
I'd be happy to pay Baker Mayfield $40 million.
Yeah.
I'd feel like that was a steal. Because I'll be honest with you,
if
I was him, if we didn't reach an agreement by whenever the season starts, and he really does say, hey, after the season starts, we ain't talking about the after the season ends. If I was him and I went out there and we had a good season, went to the playoffs, Hey, that 40 is now 60.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay me, or I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to make me show you, so now I'm gonna make you show me now.
Yeah.
I showed you what I'm worth. Now I'm worth more than I wanted to begin with.
Like I said, the contracts are crazy, but now some of these I don't agree with, like George Pickens' situation. Yes, he should have to play for it. He had one good season.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield has proven that he's a good quarterback in this league.
Yes, ever since he left the Browns, and I mean, he even took the Browns to the playoffs.
Yeah,
but
that right there should get you $40 million.
But I mean, he's when that Buccaneer team was healthy, there for the longest, we were talking about him being MVP of the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, now how can you say like that when you got people like Lamar, and I keep saying people like Lamar because if you're going to tell me stand in the pocket and throw it, I mean, I think he can throw just as good as Lamar, honestly.
Yeah, not better.
Now, you factor in the running, you'd probably take Lamar over him. But as far as, being a quarterback, and throwing the ball, like, I mean, to me, $40 million is like, I had to check in there tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'd be all up front.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's never right in the middle. You either see teams that are like just give in immediately, and they give players way too much, like the Cowboys gave Dak way too much, or you see teams like the Bucks where they're like, no, I know you're worth 40, but you ain't getting 40 out of us.
So
kind of like the Vikings situation. They wouldn't give Sam Darnold what he wanted. Now look what kind of situation they're in. Sam Darnold's out here winning Super Bowls, and now they don't know who their quarterback is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want to back up a little.
Don't even start to tell me Dak's worth $60 million. I'll smack you in the
mouth. Now listen. When they're healthy, he is a really good quarterback. Listen. If you're going to give Brock Purdy 50, Dak's worth 60.
There's only one quarterback worth $60 million in this league. Maybe two. So let's get that out of there. Right?
I agree with that. But what I'm saying though is you're not getting these You're not getting Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield for 25 or 30 like you used to.
No.
Now
I think Brock Purdy's more of a 35 to 40. I think Dak's more of a 45.
Yeah, but I'm saying with the way the market is, if Brock Purdy's making 50, Dak's well worth 60. If Lamar Jackson gets 80, Dak Prescott's well worth 60.
Brock Purdy's been in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Dak Prescott's won two playoff games.
But listen.
Don't even get me started.
Listen. Brock Purdy's been in the Super Bowl. But what did I tell you?
Don't listen. He's still putting up good numbers. You can't help that nobody on his team can stay healthy. He's about in the same situation that Baker is.
Go back and look at the year Dak Prescott broke his leg.
He'd have
probably been MVP of the league that
year. Easily.
But my thing is though
he's not really last year he was really good. He was in the running for MVP. But it was because he had a stacked offense around him, just like you want to say Brock Purdy had a stacked offense around him. Honestly, if you want to go there, Dak Prescott had the better receivers. He might not have had the running back.
Receiver for receiver, yes, I would take what Dak has over. Yeah. But if you go back and look around overall team, 100% 49ers was the better team. Yeah. And that's what I was getting at. That's what I said. Whenever Brock Purdy starts losing, you had Brandon Ayuk playing at his prime, Deebo Samuel playing at his prime, George Kittle playing out of his mind, CMC playing out of his mind, a great defense. Now all that's not there.
The thing is,
and look at the 49ers as a whole. And I mean, Brock Purdy still. I mean, I'm not taking nothing
based on what the defense does, because like we talked about with Josh Allen, you can go out here and put up 50 points. If your defense is giving up 60, ain't doing you no good.
That's the thing, though. His defense wasn't giving up 60. They were holding teams to 20 or less.
But you And you have to have somebody throw it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from Brock Purdy. To be Mr. What is it, irrelevant they call him, I mean, he has been an outstanding player. But my whole thing was just, if you're going to pay him 50, then Dak's well worth 60. If you're going to pay Lamar Jackson 80, Dak's worth 60.
I'll say this, though, and this might be a hot take. Kyle Shanahan, one, is a horrible drafter. Horrible. This draft was absolutely horrible. But he's a great scheme coach, kind of. But what happens every time he gets in a spot where he needs to be clutch? That's what
I was saying. Honestly, though, without the great team around him, he's not been a good coach. He's not been as good a coach as people was letting him like he was when he had the great team.
Exactly. And he's drafted absolutely horrible. I mean, absolutely. Listen, we made fun of the Dolphins. The 49ers are a very close second to who lost that draft. Because the 49ers was absolutely horrible.
Well, I just said the Dolphins because they had high picks and done stupid stuff with them.
But the 49ers just picked stupid people.
They did too. But I mean, the people that was on the board when the Dolphins were picking the players they picked was just like, But yeah.
I mean, I know we've got way off topic, but I mean, we kind of have it because we're talking, about quarterback. But I mean, Baker Mayfield, if he ain't worth 40, then
none of the other quarterbacks are worth what they're making.
This league's in trouble if he ain't.
Well, I mean, that's just like Mahomes. I still think a healthy Mahomes is better than any quarterback in the league.
Oh, easy.
And what's he make a year? 50-something, maybe?
I think he could cut it down to 40-something.
But I know it wouldn't. I know he's signed that big.
He also
10-year contract.
When you take 60 to 70 million, you can't build a team around you to win.
Yeah, well, it's just like Brady. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you right now, God forbid Tom Brady was still playing in the league and wanted what he was actually worth.
Oh,
he'd be out there playing with one lineman, somebody snapping the ball.
He'd have to throw it up there snapping the ball, and I'd be the one trying to catch it.
No, he wouldn't even have to pay us that. He'd have to throw it up there and run and catch it himself.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're going to look at it like that, that's the reason why I said God forbid if he was still playing and wanted what he was actually worth. Yeah. He'd be making $200 million a year. I mean, if all these other quarterbacks are worth,
if Lamar's worth 80, if Lamar's worth 80, he's worth at least 150.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're really going to pay these quarterbacks like Lamar and these what they are wanting, Tom Brady's easily on a serious note, easily worth 120 a year, easily.
Yeah,
no question about it.
It's crazy.
But that also, you go back and look at how good the Patriots was, how good the Chiefs have done, and it's because our quarterback don't want half the salary cap for himself.
Yeah.
You have to.
Well, even Mahomes took more, didn't realize what was going on, that he couldn't do it. And
cut it down.
I
mean, you have to be willing to take a little less to build a good team around you, or you're going to end up in these situations where, oh, yeah, we got a great quarterback, but his best receivers, the third on anybody else's team.
Well, take the Ravens, for example. Lamar's getting paid, $70 million a year? His best receiver got 5 touchdowns last season.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm just saying, you just think if they had the money to go out here and give A.J. Brown or some of these other free agent wide receivers that's been available that's went somewhere else because they don't have that kind of money because you got 2 or 3 players. I mean, it's just like I was talking about, Dak Prescott, he's worth 60. But if you go look between Dak, CD, and Pickens, that's like a third of their salary cap.
60, 90, 27. 60, 35, so that's 95, 27. So you're looking at
115-ish?
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
The salary cap is
300.
300. And it was like, I think it was last year, it was like 275 or 285 something. They bumped it, I think it was 305 or 310 now.
Over a third.
That's what I said. I mean, you got 3 players at a third of your roster. You gotta give, what is it, 54 players?
52. 53.
So it's
something like that.
Now you got to go give 48, 49 more players. You got to split that up between a third of they're making a third of the team or the money. So, you got to split that up now between those.
The Rams can do stuff like that because they draft so well.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you draft good,
but
it's just,
nobody drafts like the Rams do. Nobody.
Hold on. Now, I do got one for you. And I know you're going to change your mind when I say this. You're forgetting about them. Go look at the Eagles the last 5 years.
Yeah, that is true. Now,
they're a prime example.
So but how do these players fall to them? What I want.
Well, that's the thing. When they won the Super Bowl, or the first time they was in the Super Bowl, I don't know if they had a player that wasn't on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like when you draft good, you can afford to pay players a little more than what they actually deserve. But when you don't draft good
and draft great, and then as soon as their contract comes up, ship them off.
Because you've drafted somebody to replace them already.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Like, if you draft good, you can overpay for players.
Yeah.
But if you draft crappy, you can't do it, or you're never going to make it anymore.
The draft is so hard. There's very few teams that can draft. Really, the only two elite teams that drafted are the Rams and the Eagles.
Well, and I don't even know. I know it might be easier said than done, but I don't even know honestly if it's that hard to draft. I think it takes more. I think a lot of teams now base a lot of their draft picks off the combine.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like we said. I can't tell you how many times the whole college football season. Oh, this player's great. This player's great. I'll say, no, I don't believe this player's going to be good at all. Well, guess what? 2 seasons in, and they're out of the league.
Well, yeah,
because the media's pushed them because they were supposed to be great.
Well,
so they end up getting drafted high overall, and then they're not that good.
Well, or actually, here's what happens. You have a receiver that puts up 9, 10 touchdowns, 1,100, 1,200 yards, and through the season, while he's doing all this, you got all these people. He's a great receiver. He's a good receiver. Then he comes out in his 40s of 4.54. He's slow.
Yeah.
You just watch, and I get you're going to the NFL now. You're not playing against people that's going to be working at Amazon and all this in 2 years. But you've seen what he done. Speed's not everything.
No.
Jumping. Listen. I'll be honest with you. You may think, well, I don't give a crap if you can jump and touch that ceiling. How many times is the ball that high?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to draft a guy because he runs a 4.2 flat and can jump 4 foot in the air and can jump from here to that table. Honestly, don't get me wrong. Yeah, sometimes that helps.
Yeah.
But if you tell me, hey, this guy, he can run a 4.2, but now 3 out of 5 balls, he's going to drop. Now,
this guy ain't getting open because he can't beat his man off.
Yeah, his route run, his footwork's horrible. But now running in a straight line, you won't catch him. Now, this guy, he can cut on a dime. He's catching 4 out of 5 balls a little slower. Give me that guy.
Yeah, give me the one who's going to catch you.
That's my thing. And I think that's what, it's just like, and honestly, I know we talked him up a lot during the draft, but if you really, and I think he is going to be a good player before I get into this, how many times did you hear Sonny Styles' name before the combine?
You didn't.
Now he goes out there and an impressive combine, and he's a top 5 pick.
Yeah. The thing is, though,
I do think he's going to be good.
Training just for
that. I do think he's going to be a good player. But I'm saying that's you said. Well, honestly, just like Jacob Rodriguez, during the whole season, everybody was he's the best player in college football this year, and he goes second, third round.
Second round.
That
was the best pick the Dolphins made the whole draft.
That's my thing. Like, I honestly think a lot of these teams base way too much of their draft off of the combine.
Well, here's another thing they base it off too much. You watch college football, and you'll have teams like Alabama the whole time. And this right here is why a lot of Alabama quarterbacks don't make it in the league. You watch and you look, Alabama quarterback, he had four touchdowns and 433 yards this game. He played WKU, though.
I can give you one better than that.
I mean, that's not these college teams. Most of them are playing horrible teams that don't even deserve to be out there with them. They're having to pay them $6 million to play against them because of how bad they're going to beat them.
That. But something else they don't look at is, yeah, he had 5 touchdowns and 600 passing yards. But also, he's throwing to Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
You're not going to have that good of receivers in the league. I mean, you may have one of them, but that's another thing people don't look at. You got these quarterbacks that are throwing to number 1 receivers on 25 or 32 teams in the NFL, and they got 3 on the same team.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's the rare breed. They got it both in college and in the NFL.
Well, I mean, there's some of them, you can, and honestly, you go back and look at C.J. Stroud's wide receiving group. Honestly, probably one of the best, if not the best.
Oh, it's insane.
Jack Smith-Njigba.
What blank?
I have 2. I had 3 of them in my head in blank. Jack Smith-Njigba, Chris Olave,
my boy.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Just
them 3 is really all you need.
There was 5 or 6 sitting on the bench, and now every one of them is arguably the number 1 receiver on their team now.
Well, you look at Alabama at one time, they had Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs. They had 4 or 5 star wide receivers.
That's what I was saying. Like
then their quarterback gets out here with a mediocre team,
receiver, and
they can't do anything. That's why all these players, they don't work out. And like I said, I think a lot of it is because the media pushes these certain players.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Though, like I said, they just that's honestly what I was going to say is you also got Alabama playing WK. That's exactly what I was going to say. You got Alabama playing WKU. Yeah, you should beat them by 50. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from WKU, but if it's a close game, Alabama lost. I don't care if they did win the game; they lost.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kentucky this year plays Youngstown State. If they don't win by 40, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever you got. Well, don't get me wrong. You have some of these players from these teams that end up going pro, but Alabama's going to have 10. Some of these teams they're playing might have 5 in 10 years go pro.
Yeah.
And Alabama's got 10 in 1 year goes pro. I mean, it's really, you put up the best against the best, and that's how you see. But you can't sit here and look. Okay, Ohio State and Alabama plays. Quarterback looked okay. Now Alabama plays. WKU. Where'd he come from?
Where do you think he came from? He's playing
same player he was last week. Yeah. When it was a close game against Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thing. Like,
and that's why a lot of people looked at Arch Manning the way they did. Because he goes out here and doesn't play just absolutely phenomenal against Ohio State, and they're like, oh, well, he sucks. He wasn't. No, he's playing the best defense in college football. Yes, he's going to struggle. Guess what? Ohio State didn't do great against Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the thing. Nobody looks at that, and it kills.
No, they pick the games where the quarterback looked like a absolute day 1 starter in the league. But then if you really look at who they played, it's like, I mean, can we really be putting him that high?
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of like, I know this is kind of ignorant, but it's kind of like you got a Ferrari racing the punch bug. If that Ferrari don't lap that punch bug, something's wrong.
Yeah.
But then you put a Ferrari up against
a Lambo,
he probably ain't going to lap him as much.
No, I mean, it's going to be a close one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, that's what kills me, though. I mean, people don't look at these games in college.
No, well, like I said, I wholeheartedly think way too many teams base their draft off the combine. And I like the combine. I enjoy watching the combine.
That's like Xavier Worthy.
But you can't draft these players in the first round that you ain't heard their name all year long just because they put up a good combine.
He only got drafted in the first round because he ran the fastest 40 time in combine history. That's it.
Yeah, you have these gems, you find like that's time that you can draft like that. But you can't just go out here and draft the fastest wide receiver in the combine and think I got a stud.
Yeah.
Just because he can run the fastest. There's a lot more in it than just speed. I mean, no, it helps to be fast. But now, though, well, honestly, the speed's not even that big of a factor anymore because now you got these cornerbacks
that are just as fast.
And now the league is kind of swapping to prevent all these just Tyreek Hill top players.
Yeah.
And we seen what happened when Tyreek Hill, when that happened. I mean, he wasn't as good as everybody thought he was.
No. And he never had been.
He was fast. Nobody could keep up with him. But then when they started getting players that could keep up with him, or when they stopped running a one safety and put out a cover 3 out there, it was a whole different ball game.
I would much rather have a receiver that if I throw it to him and he's got 3 people on him, I would much rather throw it to someone that can catch it like that than one that can just beat everybody down the field.
Larry Fitzgerald, that's the receiver I want.
Yeah.
I don't care if
I believe I could outrun Larry.
I don't care if I could crawl faster than him. You wasn't getting that ball away from him. You wasn't. He if that ball was catchable, he was catching it.
Yeah. He got more tackles than drops.
Yeah,
that's a receiver.
That's the kind of receiver I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great if you can be as fast as Tyreek Hill and have the catching ability that Larry Fitzgerald had. You got something special. But if I could have one or the other, I'll take Larry Fitzgerald. I'll take 8 plays to get down the field rather than 1.
Yeah. But now we're going to get to our last topic of the day, I guess. And that's this whole the Bears controversy. I kind of see it different, everybody. I mean, you kind of have different opinions on that.
Yeah.
It come out today that the Bears had voted to move to Hamden. No, I believe it was Hamden, Indiana.
I don't even remember. I just know it was Indiana.
Which is 50 minutes from Chicago. 50 minutes. So, one, it's not like it's even that far.
No, it's not crazy.
Here's the thing that people don't understand. Half these teams ain't even playing where they say they are.
Oh, yeah.
Now, granted, most of them are still playing in the same state.
That was my big thing. Like, it was just weird. And, I mean, a lot of these teams, really, that I can think of, maybe more of them that is not playing, in their actual town. There might be more than I'm thinking. But the only one that I can really think of that has moved was the Rams when they were St. Louis and they moved, to
Los Angeles. But they're not even in L.A.
No, but
that's like the Los Angeles Chargers. They're not in L.A. They're both in Inglewood. Then you got the Giants and the Jets that ain't even New York.
Yeah, those are the only 3 that.
Or Washington.
That's
not even in Washington. They're in Maryland.
Yeah, but that was my thing. It was just weird when I heard going from Chicago plumb out of state. Like I understood if you just moved somewhere else in the state, but I don't know. Just like I said, to me, it's just weird. I don't have a problem. I mean, I understand. You're going to go where the money's at.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people don't understand. One, property taxes and stuff like that are much lower in Indiana than Illinois. You can buy property much cheaper in Indiana.
Well, and now you've got all these people from these states that are willing to fork out money.
Exactly.
So I mean,
they're going to be making more money, and they're still keeping the name Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Well, see, that was the thing.
I wish they'd rebrand their colors a little bit. But
well, see, that was the thing with me. Rams. They didn't move from St. Louis to California and be the St. Louis Rams. Where that was
and the Chargers. They didn't. They went from San Diego to now they're L.A. But
that was my thing. Though, is like the Bears moving out of Chicago, but still being called the Chicago Bears. Like that was just it's just weird. I mean, I understand. I don't really have a problem with it. To me, it's just kind of weird.
It is, but that's what people just don't seem to. People immediately see that people hate change.
Oh,
I don't know. You're one of the worst.
I'm a very OCD person. I like
one of the worst
stuff to stay the same.
And that's the biggest thing about it. A lot of people hate change.
Well, that was like me, honestly.
But here's the thing that people also don't understand: the Bears are in Soldier Field in Chicago till 2033. Who knows if they'll even actually move to Indiana?
Yeah, but that was me. You said I hate change. That was like me when Tennessee just recently changed their logo and their colors. At first, I liked it, then I was like, no, I don't. Now I do. Like I think it's I've got it's grown on me. But at first I was like, well, like I said, at first I told you I was like I like it, but then I text you back and I was like, yeah, just think about it, I don't like it, but I do. It's grown on me now. I do, but yeah, I'm a big, like I said, I'm a big OC.
Well, and that's a lot of it is kind of older people that grew up their whole life, 40 and up. They grew up their whole life seeing the Chicago Bears, and now they're like, well, they're not the Chicago.
Well, and I also heard something too that plays a factor. I heard that Soldier Field is like a pain getting in and out of and all that. I mean,
and honestly, this new facility they're supposed to be building in Indiana, I mean, makes the one in Chicago look like a dump.
Oh yeah, well that's like all of them. I mean, you remember we went to the Tennessee game last year, and up on the nosebleed seats of the old stadium, you're doing this to see the new stadium.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. Like I said, I get the move. I understand. I get it. Just like I said, I'm OCD. I don't like change. I don't really care.
A lot of people just don't like change because of tradition. But I mean, you got to think, and I know a lot of people, kind of get off topic here, but when college sports went to NIL and paying people, it sucks. It sucks. Well, guess what? Now that all these players are making this money, all these colleges are making, now the product is amazing. Guess what? Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I still don't like the whole. I think there should be some sort of limit.
Yes, and now with this new bill they're coming out with, there's going to be.
Well, and the only reason why I don't like it, I don't care if a college player is making $10 million a year. That's not my thing. My thing is go back and look at Indiana last year. They won. Now go back and look at a year or 2 years prior to that team and tell me how many of those players was on the same team. Well, the team that won last year, how many of them was on there 2 years ago? Like that's what kills me, and I don't really know. I don't know honestly. I haven't looked at that, so I'm just saying. I've seen it and I know we're a sports football, but like basketball is crazy on it too, and it's going to get the same way with the football too.
Players in college for 4 years and they're on 4 different teams.
Yes, well that's the thing. Now you're going to have these teams that I like it because everybody can participate now, and you can have teams like Indiana that wouldn't have had a shot in the dark at winning it 5 years ago, but now they can pay. But you've also still got these big teams that's got all the money. And they're going to be completely different teams from year to year because they keep going out and getting the best player. And I get it. You want to do that. But I also like a team, let's grind it out together and let's get good and win it. Not just, hey, every year let's go out here and buy the best player and make the best team.
But what I was trying to say, the money is making the product better. So you got to think that the Chicago Bears moving to Indiana and get more money is only going to help their product.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I don't think people seem to understand is it's going to make the game better.
Well, yeah, and it's sort of like, in a way I like this, and in a way I don't. Now that college can pay players, you see a lot of players that could be a first-round pick. They're stay because they're going to make more off staying in college 1 year than their whole rookie contract.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, now some of them, like some of the end, 4th, 5th rounds, which I know you don't really get a whole lot of good players, but now you can find good players.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of players now, I would say within the next 5 years, if it keeps up like it is, you're not going to have these 20, 21-year-olds come into the draft. Unless you're just crazy good and you have the chance of being drafted top 10. Then
I do think if this new bill passes, I don't know if you've seen it. The new bill states that players can, any college sport, can no longer play more than 5 years. Whether you can break your leg off, you ain't playing more than 5 years. There's going to be a salary cap on all these teams on how much they can pay players. There is a one transfer rule. You can only transfer once.
Yeah.
Unless your coach gets fired in the middle, then you can transfer, which I like. That's if it passes.
Yeah, no, I like all that. I would be okay with stuff like that.
When listen, it needs rules because right now it's ridiculous. But like I said, the NIL has helped college sports.
Oh,
it really has.
Overall, it has. I mean, it has its downs like everything else, but overall, it's making it better. It's just
you got to
like I said, there needs to be some limitations. And the thing that I've said this for years now is the being able to play 7 years in college is ridiculous. Listen, you should have your 4 years and a red shirt.
Yeah.
5 years is what you should be able to play. I can't help it if you break your leg in your sophomore year. I mean, it sucks. I hate it for you. But, whenever you go out here in the league, you break your leg, they're not gonna say, "Hey, you was great before, so we're gonna take that year off and we'll give you another year on your rookie contract." They're not gonna do that. No. You're gonna have to go get up, go out the next year, get better, and prove that you're still that player. So I would love if they would make it the 5 year, red shirt. If they want a red shirt, whatever. But honestly, I wouldn't care if they done 4 years. You go in your freshman year, you play 4 years.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the draft before that, the more the merrier. But this being able to be 31-year-old playing against a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And which I don't think there's ever going to no one 30. But
I mean,
you've got 25, 26-year-olds
to kind of get off the sport. In college basketball, Kentucky's got a player that's 27. He's in his 7th year of college.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean he's as old as I am.
To me, that's just crazy.
So, but like I was saying, though, the money, you can't be mad at these teams for trying to get more money.
Oh, no.
In the NFL. I mean, listen, I love the Saints, obviously. You think I'm going to be mad if they move to freaking somewhere else and then, keep the same name, but they're making more money? Guess what? Still going to cheer for them.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, as long as Tennessee don't move, I'll be okay. Because they're close. I can go watch some of their games. They go up here and move halfway across the states, and I'm like,
and then they back to Houston, you be in trouble.
Then I'm mad.
But I don't know. To me, and it might just be because I'm younger, I don't get all the hate about the movie. And like I said, they're still in Soldier Field till 2033. 7 more seasons.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Who knows if this even will happen? I mean, I don't know. It's just
like I said, overall. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand. It's just like these players going from team to team. You're chasing the money.
Yeah.
I mean that's at the end of the day, that's what you're doing.
Guess what? That's what I'm doing at work. I'm chasing the money.
Well, I mean, honestly, you go back and you look at it. Aaron Donald was absolutely done. No way I'm playing for y'all next year. 40 million a year. Yep. I'll be there tomorrow to sign. What I say, Aaron Donald?
You said there.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. But yeah, I mean, he was totally done. There's nothing you can do. I'm done. 40 million. Yep, I'm on my way. Sign me up.
I love being here, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, so, at the end of the day, everything is about chasing the money. At the end of the day.
I love my job. Somebody come to me right now and tell me they pay me double what I'm making. See, I ain't delivering an Amazon package or a piece of mail ever
that's
again.
The thing. I mean, it's just like, like I said that at the end of the day, that's what, you go to work at the end of the day for the money. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great if you love doing what you do and if you, if you get along with everybody there, but, like I said, you're not coming in there for the friendships or because you love doing it. You're coming in there because of that money.
Yeah.
If you can make more money, you're going to do it.
Exactly.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know what point now. Look
at me, I don't know what you're going to say.
I need to go to bed. The tradition part of it is the biggest reason why people are mad.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, I get that, but and like I said, I don't like change, but people's got to understand change is going to happen.
Oh,
I mean, you can't expect the Soldier Field Stadium to be standing 30 years from now. Y'all still going to play in that stadium. I mean,
and that's like you with the Titans. Yeah, if they move out of state, completely out of state, but if they which we do live in Kentucky, but if they move to Kentucky,
well, I'll be happy to be.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. It depends. I guess depending on what part of Kentucky. If it's further than what Nashville is, I'm mad.
But I mean, if they went from Nashville to Memphis, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
but now, I'll be honest with you, I think Nashville probably the best place in Tennessee. Well, I mean, they were talking about Memphis, moving to Nashville.
If they moved to Memphis, I probably would never go to a Titans game again.
I'll probably still go, but
yeah, we get mugged trying to come back.
Probably, maybe. but yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, I get it. Change. I'm going to say this. I was holding off on it, and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to. I don't really care where teams move. And before I say this, I'm not racist. I'm not into all that. But I just hope teams don't. Well, like I said, I'm not racist, but it's just I don't know. I just hope teams don't start moving out of country.
No,
that's my biggest thing. Like,
listen, it's obviously
it's an American sport.
It's an American sport. Yes, we can go overseas.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that.
That you're going to have a team overseas and they're going to get the attendance like they are here. You're wrong.
Well, I mean, there's probably
that's just like a soccer team doesn't come over here and get the attendance that it does over there.
Well, I mean, like I said, you have certain sports that are bigger in certain places.
Now, baseball, it's big everywhere.
Yeah.
But football.
Well, I mean, as bad as I hate to say it, and like I said, I'm not racist, but you have a lot of baseball and basketball. You have a lot of players from out of country. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some in football, but you don't hear about as many of other country.
No, and most of them that are from other countries, they moved here and then started playing.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, that's my big thing. I just hope it don't get into, something like that.
Yeah, I don't want to see a team in
Brazil
or Brazil or.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be great for them, but it's just
it just ain't gonna get the fan and support like they think it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a couple places you could probably go and it would probably be big, but
maybe Mexico, which I doubt it. But you're still close enough to America that Americans can go watch it.
Yeah.
But if you put a team in Italy,
I'm cooked. If Tennessee moves there, I'm swapping teams. I'm out on the first ship that comes. I'm out.
Like you can come over to the site.
Well, I mean, it's like I would never get to see them. I'd never get to see them live.
No, because everything's so far.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like and like I said, I don't. And it's not I hate other countries. There's other countries. There's actually a lot of I probably never will get to go.
But I'd love to.
But there's some other countries I would love to get to go to. Like I love to.
But like we said, football, American football. That's the reason it's called American football. It's an American dominant sport.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer is a European.
Well, that was the biggest thing that I was getting at. Is like if you move a team out of country, people come from other countries to America more than you got people from America going to other countries. You're not going to have all these people. My team's moving. I'm moving. You would see a big divide and stuff if something like that happened. Yeah. That was my biggest thing. Like I said, I mean, I'm not like, oh, I hate these people. I hate them. I'm not racist at all. But I don't think it would. I think it would kill the sport more than it would help it.
Oh yeah, I do think
100%.
Well, before you get us canceled, we're gonna lose our 2 followers because of you over here, and they're gonna kick us off from every platform we're on. But you got anything wild you want to say here to get us really kicked out the door?
Well, no.
Oh no, we're out here having fun. We're just trying to talk a little football. It's been a crazy week. We've tried to get more videos out. I ain't been home all week. I'm telling you, It's crazy. We're trying to get out content, but we both work full-time jobs. We're having problems getting stuff from my computer to his so he can edit stuff when he's at home. So we're trying to get content out there, but it's getting hard right now.
Well, like you said, the last 3 weeks, dude. They're just not.
We just keep getting lucky every week. Something massive happens.
There's just not a lot. So now I do think there may start being, now since that deadline's here, and you might see a few more trades and stuff.
You might see some
well, honestly, something we didn't talk about tonight though too was contracts. You're going to start. Well, there was a few this week that got some big extensions, and I'm sure that'll happen more now since.
Or you're looking at someone like Baker Mayfield that don't get their contract. And go, all right, trade me.
I don't know. That, like I said, I keep up on that. But to me, that's just crazy. Like I don't understand why you would.
No, but that's it for this episode. Like always, we appreciate you for listening. We ask that you go to YouTube, watch the video, like, subscribe. We ask that you go to Spotify. We ask that you go to our Facebook page. We ask that you go to TikTok. Like the videos that we do have on there and the ones that we will get out. As always, leave some comments. Give us suggestions on what you want to talk about. I've already had somebody message me and say they want to be on the podcast whenever I'd have them. If anybody wants to get on here and talk with us, we'll make it happen. We'll figure out a way. We'll have fun with it. We'll have some crazy ideas. We'll do something, have some fun with it. And like we said, we just ask y'all to interact with it.
Yeah, that'd be the most helpful thing right now if people would interact more. Because like we said, I mean, it's content's low right now. I mean, we're kind of having
biting at it.
Yeah, it's kind of expected. I mean, you're in,
we started this.
It's
kind of a rough time of the year.
Yeah.
But we had to try to build stuff up.
Yeah.
By the time the season, and by the time the season gets here, we may be able to put out more episodes a week too. Yeah. We don't know yet. Right now, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
He's got 2 kids. I've got a kid. We've got things going on. It's hard to film more than once a week. But now when football season gets here, we may be able to record twice a week.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because, you're going to have a lot. Right now, we couldn't film 2 times a week.
No.
Maybe 5 minutes apiece. But once the season gets here, we probably ain't going to be able to talk about everything
in one episode.
That happens in 1 week in one episode just because of the you're going to have injuries.
Yeah.
You're going to have upsets.
Thursday night game. At least one Thursday night game.
Yeah.
A couple Friday night games. Monday night games. How many ever Sunday games there are. You're looking at all kinds of content.
Yeah, well,
you're looking at Thanksgiving games, Christmas games.
Well, like I said, you're going to have, injuries is going to happen.
Trades. You're going to have
upsets.
Yeah.
There's going to be, players going out here and just OBJ first week, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Make us look stupid.
There's going to be plenty to talk about. It's not going to be, right now, we're doing good with what we got, but it's.
We're getting lucky so far, and we've ended an episode posted on Monday. 10 minutes after we post, something's happened that we can talk about. Yeah. That's what's happened. We've just gotten lucky, and that's how we've kept content going. But like we said, even if you haven't listened, give us some ideas. If it pops up on your feed, just hey, talk about this. Give us some ideas and give us something to talk about. Like I said, I've already had somebody message me about coming on here and talking with us. So,
probably a first and a last.
Probably. Listen,
I don't even want to be associated with them anymore. They asked me to come on there.
Hey, I worked with the boy. I love him to death, but he may get us canceled for sure. So,
as long as it ain't nothing crazy, I ain't gonna get out here and say nothing crazy. Which, like I said, I'm pretty laid back. I do. I definitely have my hot take.
Oh yeah, I think we had one day about the Myles Garrett trade.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of people would disagree. But like I said, if you do disagree with us, tell us. Like I said, just give us something to talk about. Keep us going. Like we're right now, just biting.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've heard anybody else say they think the Browns won that trade.
No,
honestly.
I mean, I listen to podcasts every day.
Oh,
Not once has it been said the Browns won that trade. They think they done good, but they think the Rams easily won, and we don't. So, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but really, it's all we can ask for right now is just help us get it out there, share.
Well, we just gotta stay afloat.
Yeah, until the season starts. Then, if we get enough followers, maybe we can go live on something and during some of the games or something.
That would really be rough.
That would be some content if we can be able to go live during the season while
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
We'll give some fantasy tips or things that happen with our fantasy, that things we look for, anything like that, because listen, I got a league I pay $150 in, so I'm deep in fantasy right now. So
you get beat by somebody that don't pay nothing.
Listen, Puka screwed me there.
but draft better.
But yeah, we'll talk about anything football. Like I said, even if it ain't football, we're just trying to have fun out here, make good content. So, like I said, just like and subscribe to all of our channels, our Facebook page, TikTok. Give us some ideas, and we'll see you next week. We appreciate it.